Hello everyone, my name is OLIVA JENANU. You call me Eva, and now I want to talk about the coronavirus. Now, before I get the start, I want to make it very clear that is no way I is a medical professional, and I'm not offering any advice. But I don't want to help help you full understand what you are reading and hearing about it or about the coronavirus. um, and I want to make it possible for you to share your concern or what happening with other in your community. Let's start with the word outbreak, epidemic, and pandemic. Those are definitely the top words that are being used when we are talking about the coronavirus. A really helpful picture to have understand this word is not image a target. You have a central point and then the silos get bigger. So an outbreak is increase in a number of cases disease in the particular place. Let me give you an example to help you understand about it. The coronavirus started with an outbreak in Washington state. Over time, it became an epidemic, which is a layered outbreak. The means the number of people who have the virus continue to get up quickly, and it was over a layered geographic area. Now, this week, we all start to learn the word pandemic. A pandemic is a global epidemic. It means the number of cases continue to reach a record around the globe. It's not longer, it's one region or one country. It's across multiple regions, country, and continue. And now, one more word that you many have heard or read that is related to this is epicenter. An epicenter is a focal point or central point. If we go back to the first example sentence using the word outbreak, the outbreak in the units began in Western states. The epicenter of an outbreak would be the particular neighborhood or location where the outbreak began. In this case, in the United States, the epicenter was a nursing home in Washington state. As we have watched the coronavirus move from an outbreak to an epidemic and then to a pandemic, we have met up response in different ways. One of the first things that you have probably heard about are restriction. Restriction and limits are ways to control someone or something. For example, right now, there are many travel restrictions around the world. It means there limit or some control of where you can and cannot travel to. Some companies are also restricting their employees. They may be canceling traveling plans or asking employees to stay home to work. A second response is social distance. This is a focused effort to reduce close contact between people, and the purpose of social distance is to slow down the movement or the spread of the coronavirus. This is why we have school closing. This is why late public events are being cancelled, and why many businesses have started to record or made they delivered, which means working from home, using the internet, email, telephone, and other. Social distance else means causing to stay home more often and avoiding a public space or late crowds when you are out of the house. For example, if you are going to work or you go to the grocery store and you see your neighbor, social distance will mean you don't or have close contact. Instead, you keep your distance, and that means a big change in behavior for a lot of us. Okay, remember, depending of where you live, it might be common to shake someone's hands, hug them, or kiss on the cheek and you see them. But right now, it's better to keep that distance again to slow the spread or transmission of the virus. Another response that you're probably heard a lot about is self-quarantine. The word quarantine means to spread and restrict the movement of people who have the current virus or have been exposed to it, and thus who have not. Many individuals have been asked or have volunteered to self-quarantine, and what the means is they stay home and they restrict their movement. They don't go out in public unless absolutely necessary. For example, if you have a medical appointment, okay, one final word related to this is the word isolation. Isolation is the most restrictive separation. Isolation is when an individual with a disease has been complete separated from other individuals, while they are contained. Let's focus on the word that I just mentioned. Contagious. Okay. Contagious refers to how a disease moves or spreads from one person to another by direct or indirect contact. Now, in this video, so far I use the word spread multiple times. This is a word that we often use when we are talking about the movement of a virus from one person to another. Earlier, I mentioned that the purpose of restrictions, social distance, and self-quarantines are to slow and separate or the movement of the virus from one person to another. And there are three important reasons why we are doing this. Of course, number one is to protect you, okay, and all of your lovers. One. Number two, to protect those who are most vulnerable. So, For with the spread of the coronavirus, it seems that elderly individuals or those of at-risk age and individuals with a compromised immune system are much at risk. Your immune system is your body ability to fight virus or protect itself from a virus. A compromised immune system means a weaker immune system. Okay. As a result, someone may get sick more easy if their body is not to fight a virus as well as someone with a healthy immune system can. Okay, remember it. The three important reasons to slow down the spread of the coronavirus is to reduce the possible of overwhelming, or overburdening our health care systems and hospitals. Notice that I am using the prefix over with all of those words when I add the word over. For example, if a hospital is overstretched or a doctor is overburdened, it means too much or above normal. Currently, one of the top priorities right now is to make sure that our hospital, our doctor, nurse, all of our medical staff and facilities are able to treat everyone who needs medical attention. Now, if you are someone you know does need medication, especially related to the coronavirus, I want to highlight some of the most important words you will need to know in order to talk to your doctor, nurse, and other medical staff about how you feeling. Okay, what symptoms you are having. A symptoms is a physical sign of an illness. Some of the most common symptoms that are being talked about are fevers. A fever is when your body temperature is too high. It's higher than it should be or higher than normal. To talk about the with a medical professional, you will say, I have a fever. I have a fever of, and then give the specific figures in English. You will also people say, I'm running the temperature. In addition to a fever, you might have symptoms like a chill. You many else have shortness of breath of tightness in your chins. If you have shortness of breath or tightness in your chest, it means that you have pain hurt, particularly when you try to breathe and you are not able to take deep breaths. For example, you are not able to do something like instead you breathe might be a very shallow and again it's painful. You feel a lot of pressure of pain hurt. Other symptoms of the coronavirus include common flu symptoms such as sneezing, body aches. A body ache is when your whole body is in pain or it hurts. Okay. You may ask for tried fatigue or lightheaded fat gut means very tired, let hair gut means you have not energy. The last things it I want to highlight in this video today and now are some of the words we are using to talk about how we are prepared to stay home more. Again, talking about social distance, caution to stay home or even if you need to self-quarantine. The first one is the press verb to stock up. To stock up means to have an extra supply, particular of basis necessity like food, medical and other essentials, household items, and this is perfectly appropriate to do if you are going to self quarantine every day. That means that you need to have enough for food for you and anyone else who living with you. So right now, many people are going to the grocery store and other markets to stock up on things like dry goods, canned goods, not perishable, and fresh food. Dry goods or non-perishable are foods that last for a long time. For example, rice, pasta, and dried banana. Now again, this perfectly porridge, even smart to do. It's great to be well prepared, but one thing to avoid would be too hard supplies. Too hard means to have an extra late supply that you hide and keep to yourself. If you are hurrying supply, it means you are taking more than you need and else rest of other people do have the opportunity to else stock up and prepare. And then something we definitely want to avoid. Of course, right now we want to protect ourselves and all of our loved ones. It's else a time to protect everyone in our community and help where we can. Now, I want that I did not cover every possible word that you may be hearing or reading about when it comes to the coronavirus. I'm going to post these lessons on YouTube and on my channel. And if you got a question, if you want to share, for example, experience for your heart, what that you're not sure about, if you struggle with how to express something, please be sure to share that with me or another people. But okay, thank you. Don't remember like, comment, and subscribe to my channel. My name is OLIVA JENANU. You call me Eva. I have a channel, OLIVA JENANU. Okay.